All right, what up, guys? So as you can tell, we're in a very unique background and very unique setting. Baby and I, if you haven't caught the vlog, go check out the vlog, but we'll just update you real quick. We're getting ready to travel for our second time in our relationship, but out the country international. We are here in Bali right now at the Balinese airport in Facade. We're getting ready to head to Malaysia, specifically KL or Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I have to step out and reset my visa. I've reached the max of my extension on my visa here in Bali. You have up to, basically up to 90 days, and I pretty much have maxed that out. So I have to step out the country for at least a week minimum to come back and reset, and I can do it another 90 days, whatever it may be, with e-visa. Baby, because I don't want to be away from her. I love spending time with her. She is accompanying me to Malaysia. So we want to talk to you guys about the unique dynamic of traveling while dating. We understand that our unique dynamic, because we already met it by traveling, right?
Yeah.
We met here in Bali, Indonesia. I'm a U.S. citizen,
Persian, Iran,
but residency,
in Bali,
but also you had residency.
Indonesia.
Yeah, residency in Dubai.
Ah, residency before. Yeah,
you lived in Dubai primarily.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, in Dubai, it's very, very complicated life we have as a Persian. We was born in Iran. I grew up in the actually Emirates. My education was Antalya, Turkey, and now I'm living in Bali.
Right. So she's been living in Bali for the past year, so she, a resident here for the past year or so. But as you know from our platform, we talk about dating, finding love, building, relationships, building businesses as a couple, and the unique nuances of finding love while traveling, but then now extending it and continuing to travel, right, together. Our relationship is different, but a lot of you out here who support us and who are with us, you guys have met in very unique ways. But I think the reason why we're saying it's unique is because we're not typical on how we meet, and we're not typical on how we sustain the relationship and to continue to grow the relationship, right? We've only been together at the airing of this, not even a full 2 months yet, right? But we've already traveled, pretty much extensively, more than what most couples do when they first meet within the first 4 or 5 or 6 months, right? So you want to tell them about our first, like in less than 20, we just talked about less than 24 hours we traveled.
Yes.
Do you want to tell them? So
yeah, like when we met each other at the Halloween party, like the last Halloween party, 1 month and a half ago. And I was supposed to go to Ahmed, another part of Bali. Is like 3 and 4 hours far than the place I live.
Right, literally the opposite side of the island, literally.
Yes, it's very beautiful. It's a beautiful. We have actually a vlog from there. We will post it. And like that night, because we felt very good connection. And I was not worried about relationship. I was not thinking about relationship. I just felt a very good connection with this guy. And I just wanted to keep this connection more.
I did.
Yeah, no, I really felt good with him. I just wanted more time. And something said, you need to spend more time with this guy. And because he's tourist here, and basically he's not living here. I'm living here. So for us, as a person, as a girl living here, we following someone which is they are living here like us. But I felt very, very strong connection with him, and I said I don't care for how long he can stay here, but I just want to be next to him. And that night we spent time together. We talked together. We just all the night. We just talking non-stop. For anything. We just want to keep this connection. Exactly tomorrow, that night.
The next day.
Like tonight. It's like tomorrow.
The next day.
Yes. I was supposed to go to Ahmed, and And I just offered to him, "Do you want to come with me?" And I'm like, "That princess." Of course.
I don't know who acts like that on this end.
And he said, yes. Like, and we went to Almaty. But now we are going to another country, so it's a little bit much more challenging. But I cannot see it. I cannot say it as a challenge. I can say as a beautiful experience. Because when you go out of your safe zone, like it's gonna be your home, it's gonna be your space, it's gonna be your country, it's gonna be a place you are there for 1.5 years even. It's gonna be a little bit challenging as you're patient. So that moment you can see yourself, still you can go with patient in relationship because of yourself, and because of your relationship, and because of your actually partner. And about our relationship, as he said, is unique. We just try to not listen to all the billboards, which just comes from social media and fake couples and fake love. And we actually all the time remind ourselves, this is the real. So anything happen in relationship is like a part of process, which is bad, which is good. We have to accept it, and we have to open it, and we have to see inside what's going on, and we have to be faced to be with this challenge, which is beautiful. So we had one time breakup, and when I say this is unique, is not wow everything is perfect. It's mean we had breakup, we had like very very bad arguing like 3 days ago, which is that was comes from my side, and we had something. So when we're talking about unique, we're talking about the real relationship, not the relationship people just want to show this is full of love.
No, she's right. I mean, so we like she said, we went through a breakup, we went through, arguments in our month and a half, but at the end of it all, like she said, the purity of when you know. And like she said, we're not looking at billboards, we're not looking at, following a certain structure of how a relationship is supposed to go. We're fully aware, like she said, the uniqueness in which we met, but we also live a very unique dynamic already before we met. Because in traditional relationships, right, normally you're at home wherever home is for you, right? Whether you're in Europe or whether you're in the Middle East or whether you're in America, you meet someone, you go on dates, you go to restaurant, cafe, whatever you feel like you want to do, go to amusement park, go to movies, right? A few months later, you introduce, to the family members, right? And then, you might schedule a trip. If you're a person who's in this modern age where you're, building a social business or, you're a social media influencer of some kind and you're making most of your money online, or you're a tech person, you might already travel. So you might, you might take your date or your person out, to another city or something like that. If you're in the States or, you're in another, like I said, Europe, you're in, I don't know, Zurich, Switzerland, you might take them to another part of Switzerland. But generally, you don't do it like what we're doing with, like she said, with the expediency of within less than 24 hours, you go from one end of the island to another end of the island to spend the whole weekend together.
We just try to spend time so that the place for us, not a lot of clubbing and restaurant, like not dating, coffee shopping, like not dating.
But we do that. I mean, we do that. I mean, we do that. We still do those things.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, though, that is the stereotypical dating profile that is consistent around the world, right?
Yeah.
Ours, like you said, in less than 24 hours, we're taking a 3-hour trip together, staying a weekend together, away from what is your home and what is, my, tourist spot that I'm used to being in, right? That normally doesn't happen. Now we're flying to another country internationally, right?
Yeah.
In less than 2 months being together, but we're staying international for 2 weeks together, right? So ours is a little different. So those of you who follow us who are on the same path, you get it. And that's why she's saying, that we don't want to just stay with the typical, because like she was saying, getting out of your comfort zone, but also too living a real relationship for you, not basing it off of what is typical, what is deemed right. These markers of wait 3 months, introduce them to this person first before, and you can see red flag. We already know, because like she said, we broke up. we had a real situation where we were like, maybe this is not going to work. But then we realized in that no, I want to be with you, you want to be with me. And people might say that's a little premature. We still don't have length of time. But I think when you know. The thing that we love to glorify about old school parenting and parents and grandparents, when we hear that they met in high school sweethearts, and they stayed together. Do you not think that for even 1 second that they probably argued? You know what I'm saying? They probably broke up somewhere in between there, or they had difficult moments, but they worked through it because it was a real relationship. Like she said, it was a real situation. It's not a facade of everything has to go right. I think it depends on the makeup too of the individuals that are together. Some people just don't argue, right? Some people are not passionate people. Some people are docile in a good way, where they just, and they met someone that they just they don't argue, they don't conflict, right? That doesn't mean that it's not that. I don't know how I'm trying to say that. That doesn't mean that is the typical, and that doesn't mean that is the only way to be in a relationship. Some people are very passionate individuals and have a lot of fire in them, right? And another person might have fire in them. At times they're going to collide, right? That doesn't mean that their relationship is bad. It just means that they're just two fiery people who they want to be together.
They're not ready.
Hmm?
They are not ready.
Well, no. I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying they're not ready. That's exactly what I'm not saying. I'm saying that there's no one size fits all. There's no exact way to be in a relationship. What she's saying is be real in your relationship, whatever that is for you. If you argue, but you figure out that there's true love there, and again, you want to minimize the argument. You don't want to always be confrontational, because we're not confrontational. We have moments where, again, we're working through growth together, where it did kind of escalate, as it does in some relationships, is what I'm saying, right? But the truth of how our relationship is and what we really mean to one another is that we want to be together, and that we know that we have stronger points together than we do the weaker points that are, somewhat confrontational. If that makes sense what I'm trying to say. And you guys leave comments if I'm rambling here where it doesn't make sense to what I'm saying, but I think you get it.
Yes, babe. About acceptable, I can say be more acceptable is much more important than be ready in relationship, because I was not ready for relationship, and I had a lot of reason to I don't want to be in relationship, especially with Mark. I think that I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be like, because I comes from a religion for any reason, just my type change, my priority of the person I want is changed. I didn't want relationship. I didn't want black. And
you can say it.
yes.
You can say it.
Yes.
Yeah, why you get quiet when you said
I said
I didn't want black.
I just want to say.
No, yeah, she said it.
And I didn't want relationship.
Yeah, she didn't want a relationship with a black guy either. That's what she's saying.
It's the worst. Mark changed everything. Changed everything. Not just about him, about all the blacks. Now, when I'm watching black people, when I see them, I don't have something in my brain because I had a very bad experience with the black guy before. And I just didn't see myself next to the black people. I just said I'm not fit for them because of any reason, because of my religion, because of my culture, because maybe I didn't have enough experience with black to know them enough. So I just don't want to choose. But I want to say in relationship, we need that side, only one side even, to be this mature for education or experience of the main things in relationship. What is that? And he reminds me what is much more important in relationship behind religion, behind culture, behind country. And that was like the real things, I think, is connection. The real things, it's like the reason you want to be next to this person is much more important. Like, I think color, country, religion, this kind of things is just billboard. All the things you is like a game. And when you go to this game, you will never find yourself. You will lost. And you will never find the real and the main reason for relationship. It's very much more happen for ladies and girls. Because girls in game much more men
Wait, say that again?
in this game. Why? Because for ladies, they don't want relationship, or they don't want like they just want to be in relationship with someone, and they choose this man with all this billboard about the color, about the country, about the money side, about this kind of things is important. Not a lot of ladies in relationship looking for a reason, and I think it's like this, the man.
You saying looking for something deeper than the
Yes,
surface level things that the checklist,
yes.
right? Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. Yeah. So again, so what she said, just to make it clear, because I didn't understand at first what you were saying, but I get it. I get it. No, I get it. I get it. You're saying it right. You say the billboard. So everybody has this checklist, whether it's given to you from your parents, from your culture, from your society, whatever it is. Like in her case, it was religion, like she said, because she had experience with a UK brother. It wasn't a black man from America. She had a bad experience, so then she checked all black men off as, she didn't want to deal with us, which is fine. She had a bad experience. And then, like she said, culturally growing up, she had a certain belief system that was given to her that she grew up in, right? So all these factors at a time, she, which that's everybody, not just her. That be me, that's everybody. We all have these things that give us a checklist that this person doesn't meet this thing, right? As she said, billboard, in women's case, money, stature, right? Status. If he doesn't have these things, then, I can't deal with him. But what she's saying is, if you're not going deep enough to really see the individual person for who they really are and really find that connection, most time you miss the important things, which is someone being truly what you would need them to be in order for you to grow like you want to grow in life.
Exactly.
So, because what the funny thing is, I didn't know when we first met, I didn't know that she had a thing against black guys. Because when we first saw each other and we first touched each other, we both felt the energy that was like, it had no bearing of whatever her ethnicity is. It had no bearing on my skin complexion or my height or my economic status. It was just, she felt comfortable with me immediately. I felt comfortable with her immediately. As we started dating, as we went to Ahmed and started traveling and talking about, to get to know each other, a few days later, it came out that she, I think like a week later, you told me that, you didn't want to date a black guy. And I found it funny because I just laughed because I'm like, I didn't get that feeling from her. Because because I want you guys to be clear about this. There's a thing we know it's racism or prejudice. You know that energy. This was not that energy. It was because she was traumatized by loving someone or trying to love someone before that looked a certain way, because he was also a bodybuilder and a big guy. So she also didn't want to deal with fit guys anymore. So, she you know what I'm saying? So it was basically based off of trauma, right? Racism and prejudice is a different psychology and it's a different feel. So do not sit here in the comments and start getting all, sideways about, if you are black and you're hearing this, or if you are, Persian or whatever, and you feel some. She was just speaking her truth, and I didn't go out of my way to try to show her that black men are cool. No, I just was myself. And so she only felt and she only feels what she says is her truth, then now she looks at people differently, because she's like, again, she's not going to judge an American black man in a certain way by looking at the cover of just, because she doesn't know the person, right?
Yeah.
And I lived that way, just like but I'm older than her and I've been through life already. So yeah, that's why when I approached her about being in a relationship, it had nothing to do with, I don't care if she's Islam, Muslim, I could care less. Like, my thing is, do you love me? Do you want to work with me? Do you want to grow with me? We'll figure it out. If I base it off of, well, she has to pray 5 times a day and face Mecca, and her mama may not like me or her daddy may not like me, I don't base my life off of those circumstances, because the way I see it, and I want you guys to give the comments, because we're truthful here. When I lay with her, I lay with her. That's in front of whatever you want to call Allah, God, whatever you want to call the religion, or the spiritual deity that you pray to. He or she was there when we first met. So I'm not doing nothing that he or she don't already know. As far as me trying to represent a religion, or if my parents are Christian, or her parents are Muslim or whatever, I could care less about all that, because again, it's my life. I'm a grown man. I make the decisions I need to make for my life, and I know my intentions are always pure. I know she's a person. If I cut her, she bleeds. If I yell at her, she gets frightened. If I give her something of roses or flowers, pink flowers, she's excited, because that's what she likes. If I, do what's right by her, she'll reciprocate in kind. That's what humanity is to me. I don't base it off of these standards, like she said, what she's saying, she's in the term billboard. I don't base it off of these ideologies, what my systems or the system I grew up in is telling me is the right way to be. Because the funny thing about it is, most people in their system, they're unhappy anyway. So I'd rather be happy making the moves I feel like are best for me, and you might call it selfish, but I believe it's the right thing to do, because my heart is pure. And like she said, she knows I'm not trying to say, I didn't approach her, even though as beautiful as she is and as fine as she is to me, she didn't feel a sexual energy from me, as far as me trying to just get in her pants. When it's true about trying to learn someone and grow with someone, the true energy comes out. But if we have these things that we're allowing to hold us back because they're not this, they're not that, my mama won't like, or my family won't like, then we miss the individual person and the real beauty of the individual. And that's what I think we need to get away from in this world. So I just want to get on my soapbox and just say that. So
No, it's totally true. Especially now we can see in this generation a lot. When you ask about a lot of people, what is your type, or what do you want that your partner in relationship, actually, they don't know what they want, or they're just telling, oh, I want someone to feel good. I want someone to connect it. I want someone, they say something real. It's like they know that what they want. But in reality, they choose the wrong.
they know what they want, or they don't know what they want.
No, they know that what they want, but in reality, they choose the wrong person.
Well, I think I slightly disagree with that thought, and I'll let you address me on this. I think people don't know what they want because they're basing it off of what they were told they're supposed to want.
Because they don't know what's the connection exactly.
Right, because they're basing their feelings. Most of us based our feelings off of what other people have told us, i.e. our parents, our family, our religion, our society. We're basing off of those standards. So if I'm from what you are sharing with me, if I'm a Iranian woman, right? I can only date a certain position. I need a certain amount of income to take care of my family and take care of my livelihood. Someone with a certain wealth class, economic class, and I need a certain type of person, right? And let me just speak from what I do know. in the U.S., majority of affluent women or women they want a 1%er. They want someone who has, you know, 6 figures or more, you know, preferably, you know, 9 figures, right? Certain height, right? And a certain, if they're Christianity, if they're, you know, Muslim, if they're Catholic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these are all standards based off of what you think you have been told by your family, the religion part,
Yeah.
what you think you've seen others struggle with, right? Society's circumstances. So if he's broken, poor, I don't want him. He's normally a bad guy because I'm watching others, right?
Yeah.
So that pushes me to say I don't want him. But you might be a person where your standards and your ability is only accepting of someone of a certain economic class that is not that 6-figure or 9-figure earner, because you don't exercise, you don't discipline yourself. You go for academics because you were told to go for academics, but you're not really a person that tries to study and learn and grow outside of what academics or whatever your career is. So you want someone that society has told you should want, but you're not doing the things because you don't know yourself. So you don't know what you want. And most people don't know what they want. And so when you ask them, they'll just say what they were told they should want, right?
Mhm.
And what they think feels, like you said, feels good. But that feeling is only dictated off of what you think you want because of what you think you saw and what you got traumatized from seeing, right? From other people or even you've experienced. But again, if you experienced it that way, normally you were bringing about that energy because you were at that same level of energy. But you didn't want to accept your part of it. You wanted to point fingers and say, well, he was so bad, especially in a woman's case, he was so bad, which men are bad. You know, I'm not saying they're not, but so are women. You know what I'm saying? Because like energy attracts like energy. So if he's broke, don't know what he's doing, don't know where he's at,
Yeah.
you go to him talking, but I love him, girl. He got a great dick. That's why you with him. You know what I'm saying? Or you might say, I see more in him. But he's showing you who he is,
Yeah.
and you're trying to accept that because he's attractive to you, right?
Yeah.
These are all wrong circumstances. And guys versus vice versa. You want her because she has the BBL. All the guys in the gym talk about her. And so you say, okay, I want her, but you see when she's out in public, she doesn't thank the waiter. She's only asking you, can you pay for this? You know what I'm saying? Or can you know what I'm saying? So you're attracting the like energy because you're not disciplining yourself. You're only looking at facade and you're only going off what other people said. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's why people don't know in any era, really, what they really want. I think it's a luck thing when you find, I'm just being honest, I think it's a luck. I lucked up and found you. Now I got to do the work and be able to do work to stay with you and grow with you.
Yes.
Right? And the same for you.
This is very hard. I think to stay with someone and grow, because grow is not easy.
Yeah, I agree.
And if you really don't want to, I don't want to say go to a relationship, but I want to say relationship helps you to learn a lot about yourself. And it's challenge you, but as a good way. If you it's like a school. It's like, you have to go to school. Is it good for you? Is it fun? You can find a lot of friends. You can learn a lot of things. You can learn how you can read, how you can write, how you can speak, there is a lot of opportunity in this school. But at the same time, it's so sometimes annoying. You have to keep your routine. You have to do a lot of things.
You might get bullied.
Yeah.
You feel alone. You get isolated because you're not part of the cool club. Oh.
Yes. But is it worth it? End of this school, you learn, you educate it. And this is actually the real and pure experience. Don't worry about breaking. Don't worry about arguing. Don't worry about, just see the relationship like a school. Sometimes it's so frustrating.
Mm-hmm. Frustrating.
Sometimes it's so the timing is not passed. Sometimes someone coming, they are annoying, but you will grow. And I want to say, if you're really ready for growing, if you really want to grow, relationship can help you a lot. But you have to remind yourself, I'm here to learn for good. So we learn not even at each other, we learn at ourselves how much we are strong because we both two powerful leaders. I have a lot of clients in my side. He has a lot of clients. He has employee. He has a team. Like this kind of things in relationships happen for him. And I know that it makes him much more strong. The experience he has now in relationship with me it comes from the another girls and the another woman he had before. And I want to say he's so educated person for woman. He knows a lot, even much more, sometimes more than me. Like I said, I think it's happened like this. And he said, you know that? Because of this. Because of this and because of this hormone is causing, you know, this kind of things, man. So,
Well, with that though, I think too, it's you have to be willing to work on yourself, and you have to be the thing that, like I was saying before. She says, you know, because I have experienced a lot of women. Yeah, I dated a lot of women before. I'm older than her by 13 years, but that's not why I know, and I'm aware because I don't know. I'm aware. I'm aware because I read. I'm aware because I meditate. I'm aware because I'm still with myself to learn me first and foremost and be okay and be at peace with myself. So therefore, over time, because I've messed up many relationships. I've been honest about that. I've messed up plenty of relationships in my earlier years.
yeah.
But then I also knew I had to be to myself for some time as well. And when I need to be to myself for some years, that's where the deep work, the reading, the introspection, the therapy, all those things kicked in to where now when I meet her, you know, because women, you all mature faster than men, but at a certain point though, too, I will say you all stop maturing and it becomes this race against the time clock, you know, of being a woman and, you know, certain biological needs need to get met. So you guys stop with the maturity level and you go into the biological side. So this starts to reverse. Whereas with men, if we're smart, not all of us, but if we're smart, we tend to evolve well when we are willing to continue to learn and grow ourselves. In my case, I've been willing to do that. But so it's not about the women that I dated. It's about the time that I really took to myself after the women that I dated to be able to learn and be ready for a real woman like her. Even though I'm older than her, she still is very, like I said, very mature. Because, you know, the highlight of me running a business and running a company and having employees and all that, and her having clients, that's not indicative of, or I should say, that is indicative of the work you put in. But most importantly, though, the reason why she has the clients is because they see in her the work that she has put into herself. I have a business and I have employees, I have a company because of the work that I put into myself. I couldn't have these type of things if I wasn't a stoic, you know, learned person, you know, someone willing to continue to work, right? So, because I think in this modern age, we get so caught up with the, as you say, billboard, what a person has, and you miss how they obtain it and then how they sustain it. Because those two things I think are way more important than just what they have. Because people can have a lot of shit and they not be worth shit. You know what I'm saying? They can have the clients, and at a certain point, the clients are like, oh, I just kind of fell into it because my boy and my girl told me I want to work with you. But now that I work with you, you ain't on time. You know what I'm saying? Your program really ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't worth shit. You know what I'm saying? As if they're looking at it, I'm looking at the person, I'm saying, every client, not every client, because you're not gonna make everybody happy, but what are you doing on a daily basis? I see with you, you do the work, you do the meditation, you know what I'm saying? You do the exercise, right? You sit in tough conversations with me, even with yourself. You'll go to therapy, right? You're doing the work. So it's not about the clients you have that makes you the leader. It's about the fact you lead yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to
Exactly.
say.
Like after a while, everyone, and this is my recommendation, not just because after 40 or 45 or after 50 as a man you have to find someone, or woman after 30 you have to find someone. Even just for a relationship, or even just for friendship, even just being next to someone as a partner, after a while you have to just learn. You have to just sit and like your observation should be like strong to how you can learn, how you can grow up. Like, okay, like before this, when I would say after a while, is gonna be after 30, it's gonna be after 35, it's gonna be after 50 even. It's about you when you wanna see the world, when you wanna see everything is happening outside you as experience, to learn how you can deal with your connections with people, with even words, with anything. After this time, you have to just see everything happen for you is coming to teach you. To like it's like you are students, and anything happens for you is like is a master, is like a teacher to teach you. And I want to recommend to you, relationship is a big master. The relationship, the name of this subject, relationship, is a huge master. And you are students and you can learn. But this student need to go with some rules, like patience, like respect, like communicate. When I say communicate, communication is not easy. Like everyone say communication is key in relationship. Thank you so much. Communication is not easy to start. Communication is not like, let's talk. I want to tell you this. I want to tell you that. You know, I want this. I want no. To how you can communication, how you can open the communication needs a lot of things. Like, because I have therapists. My therapist, she teaches me how I can open the conversation with my partner. The right time, they use the correct words to remind, a lot of things is important for communication. It's not like 4 a.m. I say, babe, wake up. I want a communication with you.
Right.
No, it's need to learn. For this kind of things, you need time. If you need therapists, if you need listen to podcasts, if you need go to the classes, if you need
To me, to you.
to meet to you, of course, we are two person. We are here and we telling you a lot of way we passed. We spend a lot of money. I don't know about him, but as a girl, I spent a lot of money, more than shopping, clothing, branding, going to party, traveling. I spent a lot of money for to how can educate myself.
She's saying you didn't spend money on those things. You spend more money on learning. You're saying you didn't spend money on those type of things. You spend a
Yes.
lot more money on educating yourself.
Yeah, of course.
Just make sure we're clear on that.
Yeah. And even I was study. I finished my study. I was study in the college till 26, 26, something like this,
Yeah.
because I was study so hard. Like my course, you have to finish it like 32. I finished it at 26 because I did like non-stop, even no holiday. I just studied to pass all the courses. So I didn't even have time to do a lot of regular things, which is another woman
But
do
that's
it.
so important, though, what you said. That's why I wanted to make sure they're clear on understanding what you're saying and what you actually did. She didn't spend money on the things that are the billboard, I like it, you said billboard, but on the facade things, like you said, going out, partying, clothes, makeup. You spend money on, and time, more importantly, on working on developing you as the woman, your mind, your spirit, right?
Yeah.
You invested in those things first.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to say this is bad if you go to club. I don't want to say this is bad, or they are said, oh, whole of my life I went to club, so this is so late to learn. No, I said I want to say just after a while, you have to sit
Right.
and really see the words, how you can educate, how you can learn for for now, for another 10 years.
Because I agree with you. It's not. No one's saying that, and I'm agreeing with you, and I'm adding to what she's saying. No one's saying that just because you go out and party or you go and spend money on Louis Vuitton and Birkin bag and all that, if you can afford those things, right? No one's saying that you're bad. What she's saying is, you have to recognize, if you're wanting to use a relationship to learn and grow, understanding how to communicate, when to communicate. If you're not going to invest in therapists or something like that, you have to recognize what is your surrounding and how are you being taught and influenced in order to be able to facilitate a better relationship that you're looking for. If you're not finding a relationship you're looking for, then you have to make sure the things that are surrounding your day-to-day activities, influence, as well as your deliverability, you have to make sure you're bringing about the proper energy. And all she's saying is, and I agree with her, you just got to be willing to make that change if you're at that point where you're looking to have an understanding of how to have a quality relationship, how to communicate well. And the communication, I agree with her, is not easy, and it always starts with you. Everything that I want to go back to, that I'm saying, because she said it, I'm just going back to it to reiterate it. It starts with you. If you want to be a better communicator, you have to know how to talk to yourself first. If you want to be a better communicator, you have to know how to listen. You have to know how to listen to yourself first. If you're not listening to yourself because your noise is too loud, going out, partying, everybody else's recommendation, your mama, your dad, your brother, your sister, your best friend, you know what I'm saying? Best friend is not in a relationship. Your mother who's been divorced twice, you know what I'm saying? Your brother who's out in the street partying and kicking it himself, even though he has a right to do that or she has a right to do that, that's fine. But if you're looking to learn, and the people who you're listening to are not in the vein that you want to be in, you have to change it. But if you're listening to people and they are instructing you well, your mother's been married for the past 40 years to your father, right? And you're 38, right? Or your best friend has been in a successful relationship for the past 7-8 years, but yet you're finding it hard. Again, you got to sit down, be still, listen to yourself, cut out the white noise, and see and be honest and communicate to yourself, what are you doing in the proper steps to allow you to bring about what you're looking for. So the communication always starts with you, the listening always starts with you, and then that way when you get to your partner, it becomes easier, because she has invested in therapists, because she has invested time in schooling and expediting her knowledge base. Instead of graduating at 32, she graduates at 26, but she puts in the work, right, to be able to expedite her learning. Then she invests in herself to train herself on how to listen by being with a therapist, how to communicate by being with a therapist, right? So she's invested in herself in ways to where when she comes to a relationship with me, even though she wasn't looking for a relationship, because they always say things come when you're not looking for it, because you're actually, unbeknownst to yourself, you're prepared. She was prepared for it, and she is prepared for a relationship because she's done the things over time that facilitate having a solid foundation. She just didn't know that she had already done it, and now she's in the relationship with me where she can have deep conversations. She can be still. She can, listen to herself first to agree or disagree with me well, so we can grow together and iron sharpen iron, because we understand the only way iron sharpens iron is by friction. So you have to have that, but if it's the right iron together, then it's gonna forge the proper steel. All that analogy to say, it works because she's done the work. Okay, guys. So continue doing it and be willing to do that. I know we're gonna have to get ready to get up out of here. We keep it 100 with y'all. We right here shooting, but we gotta get to there. We gotta get to our gate, and we gotta tear this stuff down and get moving. Anything you want to close them off with, baby?
Uh, of course, this has a lot of things, but prefer.
we got other episodes we can deliver to.
We don't. Yeah, we don't have time to talk more than this. We just wanted to use at this time to talk to you guys. Thank you so much, everyone. If you have any questions, just please ask from
Yeah.
the comments.
Yeah, leave comments. Leave
Yeah.
comments. All right, guys. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all shortly. Thank you from to me to you from us.